title of my talk is A System Approach for Charting the Course to Environmental Security and Resilience to Global Change. And the aim of my talk is to mainly raise awareness about the crucial role of environmental sustainability and resilience to future global change, including climate change, population growth, urbanization, and so on, and also to show how scientists are thinking and working with this issue. This figure shows the research topic that we are addressing in our institute, a variety of topics that cover biodiversity, water, food, energy, security, but also economic development, climate change, population growth, and many, many other very interesting topics. What we did in our work, we collect a large amount of data that includes water use, but also water quality, depletion of groundwater resources, and then using models, we simulate how they would change in the future, and then we cluster them into areas where risks would overlap, and we could, at the global level, identify at a very high resolution the areas with a very high risks of water resources challenges. So these water risks maps would help companies and investors to prioritize action on what and where it matters the most to address water risks for enhancing business resilience and contributing to a sustainable future. The next example is about transboundary cooperation. So as we all know, water flows through borders, and many countries in the world share water resources. So we look at here in one of the most important global river basins, which is the Mekong River Basin, shared by 6 countries. This basin is facing a booming water resources infrastructure development, long-term transboundary conflicts, and trade-offs between economic goals and ecosystem services. So what we did, we simulated a large amount of scenarios that combines infrastructure development, so building reservoirs to produce hydropower, expanding irrigation to produce rice, for example, and together with socioeconomic and climate change scenarios, so to looking at what would be the impact of climate change on water resources in that basin, also how population growth, urbanization, changes in technology would impact the demand for water and food in the basin. And then we simulated different cooperation modes. So whether countries would cooperate in the management of water resources, or just do things without any cooperation, or building some partial cooperation between some countries within the basin. What we could find, which was very interesting, is that a full cooperation scenario within that basin would outweigh any partial or non-cooperation scenario, and promoting economic benefit by 5 to 20%, and at the same time minimizing environmental impact between 10 and 20%. So, and we also found that full cooperation becomes more beneficial and stable alongside infrastructure expansion, climate change, and satisfying the hydrological needs of river ecosystems. So in conclusion, I wish to reaffirm the critical importance of managing our core resources with both efficiency and strategic collaboration. This approach is essential not only for advancing sustainable well-being, but also for ensuring long-term policy coherence and resilient business growth.